Adventure awaits. Join Kushi's Kidopia world by simply tapping to that subscribe.
Wondered why some things float and some don't? Well, today we're going to dive into the fascinating world of science to explore this mystery. We're going to conduct a simple but magical experiment, one that you can even try at home. So let's get started. Our focus today is on a very common item that you can find in almost every kitchen around the world: the humble egg. Now, everyone knows that if you drop an egg into a glass of plain water, it will sink straight to the bottom. But what if we told you that there's a way to make this egg float? Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's where the magic of science comes in. Before we get to the experiment, let's talk a bit about the science behind it. We're going to introduce two important concepts here: density and buoyancy. Density is a measure of how much stuff or matter is packed into a certain amount of space. An object that's denser than the liquid it's in will sink, and if it's less dense, it will float. Buoyancy, on the other hand, is the force that supports objects when they're in a fluid. When an object is placed in a fluid, it displaces some of that fluid. If the weight of the fluid displaced is greater than the weight of the object will float. If not, it will sink. In our upcoming experiment, we'll be placing an egg in plain water and then in salt water. The egg sinks in plain water because it's denser than the water. But when we add salt to the water, we increase the water's density. And if we add enough salt, the water's density becomes greater than the egg's. And voila, the egg floats. So, are you ready to see this incredible experiment in action? Stay tuned for our next scene, where we'll be showing you exactly how to do it, step by step. Get ready to see this incredible experiment in action. Remember always to have an adult with you when you try these experiments. Now, let's dive into the experiment, shall we? You'll need 2 clear containers, 2 fresh eggs, water, and some table salt. Start off by filling both containers with water, about 3/4 of the way up. Be sure you have enough water for the egg to fully submerge. Next, we're going to add salt to just one of the containers. Pour in a good amount of salt, about 1/2 cup should do it. Then stir it around until it's completely dissolved. This container is now our saltwater solution. Now for the moment of truth. Carefully place an egg in the container with just water. What happens? You'll notice that it sinks straight to the bottom. That's because the density of the egg is greater than the density of the water. But let's see what happens when we place the second egg in our saltwater solution. As you gently drop the egg into the container, you'll see something quite different. The egg floats. This is because the saltwater's density is now greater than the egg's, which allows our little egg to bob on the surface. Take a moment to observe this fascinating occurrence. The egg in the plain water stays at the bottom, while the one in the saltwater floats cheerfully. You can even gently stir the water or lightly tap the floating egg, and it will still stay afloat. What's happening here is a fun demonstration of buoyancy, which is the ability of an object to float in a fluid. The salt in the water increases the water's density, making it easier for the egg to float. This experiment is a simple and fun way to explore the principles of density and buoyancy. It's a perfect illustration that science isn't just something you learn in a textbook. It's all around us, in everyday items like eggs and salt. Isn't it amazing to see the egg float in salt water? So why do you think the egg floated in salt water? That's a great question, and the answer lies within a fascinating phenomenon known as density. Let's break it down. Imagine the water in your glass as a crowded dance floor. Each water molecule is a dancer, moving and grooving in their own space. Now, when we add salt into the mix, we're essentially bringing more dancers onto the floor. The salt molecules squeeze in between the water molecules, taking up more space. This makes the water denser, or in other words, there are more molecules crammed into the same amount of space. Now think of our egg as a wallflower, a little shy and hanging out at the edge of the dance floor. In regular water, our egg sinks to the bottom. It's denser than the water, so it can't join the dance. But what happens when we add salt? The dance floor becomes so crowded, the water's density increases. Now our egg finds it can join the dance. It's no longer denser than the water, so it floats to the top. This is the magic of density. But there's another player in this game, buoyancy. It's the force that helps things float. When the egg was placed in the salt water, it displaced some water, making way for itself. This displacement created an upward force, that's buoyancy, which helped our egg rise and float. In a nutshell, the salt made the water denser, and the denser the liquid, the easier it is for something to float in it. This is why you can easily float in the Dead Sea. It's so salty and thus so dense that you can't help but float. So the next time you see something floating, you'll know it's all about density. Whether it's an egg in a glass of salt water or a ship in the ocean, the principle remains the same. And that, my friends, is the fascinating science behind why things float. Did you know there are places on Earth where you can float without any effort? Yes, you heard right. One of these places is the Dead Sea, located between Israel and Jordan. Due to its high salt concentration, which is almost 10 times saltier than the ocean, the water here is so dense that anyone can easily float on it. So no need for swimming lessons before you visit. And here's another fun fact about floating. Have you ever wondered why huge metal ships can float on water while a small metal spoon sinks? Well, it's all about the principle of buoyancy. Ships are designed to displace a large volume of water, which weighs more than the ship itself, allowing it to float. On the other hand, a spoon doesn't displace enough water to support its weight, and so it sinks. Now let's talk about the magical floating power of ice. Yes, ice floats on water, even though it's made from water itself. This happens because water expands when it freezes, making it less dense than liquid water. That's why your ice cubes bob up and down in your drink. Ever heard of the floating islands of Lake Titicaca? These unique islands are made entirely of reeds, which are light and buoyant. The Uros people of Peru and Bolivia have been living on these floating islands for centuries. Talk about living on top of the water. And if you thought that floating was just for solids and liquids, think again. Gases can float too. Hot air balloons float because the heated air inside the balloon is less dense than the cooler air outside. Finally, did you know that astronauts in space are always floating? This is due to the microgravity environment in space, where the force of gravity is much weaker than on Earth. Astronauts have to strap themselves down to sleep, or they might just float away. Imagine floating without a floaty. Now that's a vacation to look forward to. Let's recap what we've learned today. We've had a lot of fun, and in the process, we've discovered some amazing science principles. We started with a simple question: what makes an egg float? And we ended up learning about some pretty complex concepts like density and buoyancy. Remember when we placed a raw egg into a glass of plain water? It sunk straight to the bottom. But when we added salt to the same water and placed another egg, it floated. That's because salt water is denser than fresh water, which means it has more stuff packed into the same space. This change in density gave our egg a buoyant boost and allowed it to float. Buoyancy, in simple terms, is the force that helps things float. It's like a little invisible helping hand that pushes things up when they're in a fluid like water or air, but it's not just about the egg and the water. This principle of buoyancy and density applies to many things around us. Anything that floats in water does so because it's less dense than the water. That's why huge ships made of steel can float in the sea. The ship, although heavy, is less dense than the water it displaces because it's hollow and filled with air. We also learned that changing the density of the fluid can make things that usually sink, float, like our egg in the salt water. This is why the Dead Sea is so famous for making people float. The water is so dense with salt that almost everyone can float on it. So, through our little experiment, we've learned that science is not just about big words and complex theories. It's about understanding the world around us. It's about knowing why things behave the way they do. So, science isn't just in textbooks. It's everywhere around us, even in a simple egg floating in water.